Hey everyone, welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Tonight we have the third MMR Standard Tournament Season 5 qualifier. Should be an exciting one. Tracking today we have myself and Alley-Oops, and on commentary we have Alexander Harold and Nathan, and they will take it from here.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thanks for having us as always, and obviously thanks to our runners on Restream. I'm looking forward to the good race in these early season 5 days.
Yeah. Hey, well, I have a feeling this is going to be an interesting one because all the quals are going to be interesting.
Yeah, there's always something to
There's
look forward to.
always some sort of sauce. It
Yeah,
would be funny if we saw another Keton required seed.
yeah, that'd be kind of interesting. I mean, I personally, I'm always rooting for I'm a big Hugo fan, so I'm very much hoping to see him at some point.
I would love to see Ocean Spider House Hard required.
Yeah, Ocean Spider House is always kind of fun when it comes around. I actually think we had a weekly not that long ago where it was, and it was
Yeah. I think it was a cake, wasn't it?
yeah, it was required in kind of a weird roundabout way where it was like you needed something there, but then it was also the I think it was the day one was required, but the chest was like a not required Gibdo mask, so you could just skip having to find the Garo mask by just doing that on the way. It was really convenient.
Yeah. Yes, that is the Tony Big Blind.
Yeah. Yeah, my memory is that Painapple, Vidya, and Tony Big Blind were all top competitors from last season. I'm not super familiar with Blaze. Are you aware of any outstanding previous achievements they have?
Not too much. But I do know that they're pretty decent. Yeah.
Right. Very
Like
exciting,
James put a lot of stock into him, so
yeah.
Vidya did, so I'm pretty sure that we can trust his judgment.
Yeah, I mean, all of our runners are good. It's like
Yeah.
so I'm sure they have some method, but it's exciting. Got a mix of fresh faces here and a mix of old veterans.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been really excited about this season.
Yeah, I've been doing a couple seeds here and there. And I've been having more or less fun. It's either one of those really swingy ones for me, like either it's jet or a last location one item.
Yeah, yeah, that is a good point. It feels very volatile this season. Like the gap between a super quick seed and a really fast one is a little bit smaller.
Yeah, it is. It is a smaller gap, but it is still an annoying gap.
Right. Yeah, we're just having some of our last other runners in this race room getting ready right now, and we'll be sending them on their way shortly.
I'm good to see what our transformation mask is.
Yeah, that's been a huge. That's been a very very influential factor in a lot of these seeds is which transformation mask you start with, because obviously Goron is kind of the big prize because you get that super quick movement speed right away.
Yeah.
The Zora and Deku are nothing to.
Deku's decent for at least getting a song relatively early.
Exactly.
And Zora's good for early projectiles.
Right.
Whereas
and
Fierce Deity means that your boss fights are going to be a piece of cake.
Exactly. They all have something they contribute in some way. So.
Oh, so like the changes from season 5, there's been a bit of tweaking with the always hints, like the addition of beavers in the always hint pool. Yeah, transformation mask starts. You also have models appearing on the characters for the items that they have, like for example, cafe and.
It's
And
Cafe, Hugo. There are a couple of others that do it.
Swamp Spider House guy.
Yep.
There's also the Gorman brothers. If you ever get to Crimea.
Right. There's a couple of others that I think fall under that, but I'm not having a hard time calling them to mind right now. Just sorry, but that's it's yeah, Hugo. You're right. There's a but it's yeah, Postman. That's the other big. That's the other big one. Yeah, but it's a huge benefit because like a lot of those checks, especially Hugo and Cafe, are either very precise in their timing or take a lot of time to set up or route in. So it's very convenient to be able to see if it's junk and not have to waste your time chasing down the ends of the earth.
And not having to save scum too.
Right. That seems like we're almost off to the races.
All right.
Oh yes, eggs. The Zora eggs will never be a.
And Fierce JD. And there's Kamaro Mask on the tower.
Okay, yeah, that's an interesting thing to open up right away.
And Keaton Mask check is dead. I didn't get to see the necklace or the pendant.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch it. Yeah, and
it's dead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Tony was I recall Tony being a Hugo skipper back in the day.
Tony is taking a southern opener. Blaze is doing a northern opener, and Payne's also doing a southern opener.
Yeah, a lot of
the Fierce Sword.
Yeah, the Fierce Deity start doesn't really give any immediate direction to anywhere else, but so a lot of runners I feel like in this type of scenario kind of default to their previous season 4 openings.
Yeah, it seemed like Tingle didn't really have much. Oh, that's a Moon's Tear on Human Fairy.
Yeah, that's pretty convenient. It's not going to be too difficult to check that out.
Yeah, of course it comes down to whether you want to do it now or later. Because if you start handing in the other deeds, the scrubs get in the way and it's kind of annoying.
That's right.
Midnight Meeting is dead. Road to Southern Swamp, Way of the Hero, and Goron Race is dead. It has a bunny hood, but like, by the time you get that, you're gonna have Goron Mask.
True, but that does technically, I think, remind me, is bunny hood still logically required for the timer? Yeah, so I guess if you see that hint, that tells you.
Is dead.
Yeah, cool. I don't need to see that.
Yeah, Chateau. It just means that there may be another bottle around. That was Ocean Spider House 1. Dead.
Not required. Yeah. I had to check. I had to check that again too, because to me it almost looked like it said required, and I was like, wait, what?
Now you could see like gold text for that.
Right. Yep. South Clock Town Foolish.
So that means that the the Moonsteer is nothing.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh wait, that's a Zora mask on the tree. That's projectile locked.
Yeah, so this is an illogical Zora mask.
Yeah, so that moon steer that we just picked up,
There we go.
it's not useful. You know, it's possible that this is like a bow here too. Nope, never mind. I'm
Nope.
pretty certain it's just for Zora Mask, but we don't have like a bow or
Yeah,
another projectile to put in its logic.
Yeah, until there is that additional projectile, any checks using the Zora Mask are...
And the room
Not
key
cool.
was nothing.
Okay.
Like the room reservation, I should say. Oh my goodness. OT style bomb shoes would be insane.
So
Like,
Tony's
the only
immediately...
difference- Like, the only thing that's different is just, like, you get them available freely and use them when you get them instead of... oh, well, there's the bow. That just put the Zora Mask into logic.
Okay. So that explains
There's
that.
a hook shot.
Wow.
That was... Oh, wow. That's actually in logic now, because I think damage boosting with Zora to get to that is actually in logic. I know it's the case with the combo rando,
Okay.
but that looked like nothing there. Yeah, hooks is projectile locked, but we know where the bow is. It's on Madame Aroma. And we got a huge raid from Zelda Speedruns.
Yeah, I think
like Z2R.
something like that.
Madame Aroma, like, on day one had it.
Yeah, so for those just joining from Zelda Speedruns, welcome to MMR. This is our Season 5 qualifier race.
This is the third one.
That's right. So Vidji's gonna pick up his bow here, and I'll hopefully open his perspective to all of the different...
with a wallet.
Yeah,
That's
I do
always
believe...
a nice find.
It is a nice find, yeah. I do believe the bank checks are, we know to be foolish, but having the larger wallet is always helpful in case you need to purchase something from one of those business scrubs.
Is West Clockdown foolish?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking bank was as south. No, south is foolish, west is not.
West is not foolish, then they're perfectly fine then.
Yeah. Yeah, that is totally viable. My mistake. It's been a while.
No worries. But early bow, early Zora Mask, early hook shot. Because I do believe that it is actually in logic.
Yeah, I can't think of any reason it wouldn't be.
Because I don't know about this season, but I know in previous seasons it wouldn't be, because damage boosting wasn't really considered at the time. But
Right.
more people have just put it in there, because that's how most people just get theirs. It's only in logic with, like, Zora specifically, if I recall.
That makes sense, because the Goron way is, like, actually requires you to, like, kind of scoot past it, but with the Zora one, you can technically kill it.
It's
like
not
you'd
only
actually...
that, it's also that Goron can't climb.
Right, right.
But yeah, we had a vanilla silver rupee in East Clocktown. You know, the one, like, just near the town archery? That's one of the silver rupee spots. Another one is in the East Clocktown passage on your way to the observatory.
Yeah, and we're kind of at the...
Yeah, we're kind of at that point where we're just converging.
Yeah, all of the runners are kind of overlapping the things that each of them have already done. It's a little bit early to expect. I'm curious, what do we think we do next after we clear out like all these early easy clock down checks?
I think right now it's just focusing on like routing in Granny.
Yeah, I'm inclined to say that's the way to go about it. Yeah, I agree. I think it's likely to see them try and put the Zora mask to use a little bit.
Yeah. Another one I could see is just doing a northern route around. Oh, Dog Race is dead.
Okay.
So there'll be no gamblers.
No.
This time. Yeah,
Vidya has... He's been very thorough about clearing out this clock town.
Ooh. That's one clean Dodongo. He's got the other one.
Oh.
And that
Very
should
nice.
be it. Nice. Very clean
Oh.
Dodongos on Blaze's side.
And we are rewarded with a small wooden chest, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So Vidya unfortunately hasn't seen the hint that would tell him that he doesn't need to be doing this.
Yeah. Well, it could give him money, and well, money is not a bad thing in this game. There are quite a few things you need to buy. You could be buying, and that's bottom of the beneath the well, foolish.
Okay.
So we will not be.
We won't be plunging into the depths of the well.
I think that's like 2 out of 3 foolishes already, and Nakata Canyon foolish as well. Dang.
Okay.
That's actually really big.
That's a good one, yeah.
But that's all for foolishes too.
Yep. South Clocktown, Beneath the Well, and Ikana Canyon. Yeah, so unfortunately that means there's no Pamela this there's no Pamela this seed, but
The pillar has something of interest.
Keg!
Keg!
Okay, that's a keg.
That's actually a pretty nice find.
Yeah, that's not bad. Keg is good.
And bombers, 20 rupees.
Yeah, it's nice to see how easily all of the runners were able to they were able to route in that early Kamaro check because they were just gifted the mask by the clock tower.
Yeah.
Just one of those like
Even
easy
if
small adaptations that you're able to make with the routing because of what you have.
Yeah, like either getting money or health on those sisters is just fine.
Yeah, it's not a horrible.
Both will lend their way to like being something helpful. Yeah, Swamp Archery could also have something, though Zora Mask is definitely the Wath.
Yeah, it does not rule out. Yeah, Swamp Archery is not ruled out, and there definitely are people in the camp of always full clear your Waths.
Yeah. If you start getting Song Waths, that's definitely probably the best plan of action, is to full clear your Waths.
Right.
Yeah, Blaze is the only one not going to be isolating Swamp Archery here, so...
Ocean Spider House Day 1 is also confirmed dead, that's right.
Yep.
I do believe the chest, however, is a sometimes, right? Or is it?
Yeah,
Or is
it is
okay.
a sometimes, but it's not as sometimes this seed because we already have Midnight Meeting. I'm trying to
Yeah.
remember if we found the other one yet.
Right.
No, it was Dog Race. Dog Race was
Dog
dead.
Race, that was the other one.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we will not be seeing Blue Dog. At least not
Right.
this seed.
I wasn't quite looking at a screen. Did you catch Pineapple didn't get anything from the... Oh no, he's doing it now. I really thought he already did it. Yeah, it's just more money for the transformation fairy.
Yeah.
You're not exactly unhappy to see that, though, if you already have the wallet upgrade.
Yeah, exactly. It makes it easier to money route.
Right, and certain
And-
things like mini games become a lot less bottlenecky,
Yeah.
or a lot less of a squeeze to route in.
Oh, oh no. If you've seen the last couple of quals, that fox, it might be a good idea to to check him.
Yeah, he's had some very important items in the past so far.
Yeah, especially since none of the areas that he's in are hinted foolish. So, yeah, Keaton could have something spicy. Now, the question is, how creepy is Keaton today with his questioning?
Alright, let's see.
Okay,
Ask me
slightly
about...
creepy. Okay, that's just a bit weird. Okay, that's actually normal, counting the cow figurines.
This one's fine.
Yeah, this one's fine. He's not creepy. This one's also not fine. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, probably a 3 on the creepy meter. So, not very.
Right. It was good that, yeah, it ended up just being a bean, but it was, again, kind of nice that for Blaze that he was able to just route it in right away, and now he doesn't have that. It was very quick to do the quiz, and now you don't have that hanging over your head the whole time, like what if it's Keaton?
Oh god, yeah. We could have a Bean of the Hero sort of seed. The scrub was selling the pendant, so it was basically dead.
Melissa, have we seen this Moontear scrub?
South Clocktown's foolish.
Right. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is.
Bean of the Hero.
Heart, so I would probably like deposit a good chunk of my money here. Alright, so we're getting bank 1 on Blaze's side. Bomb shoots.
Yeah.
Probably gonna pick up just enough for not just horse race, but probably for the tingle as well. He'll probably make his way down to like P-Hat or something after, getting the kids.
Yep. Tony's now joined some of the other runners in picking up his keg.
James skipping up. Oh no, he's got grandma.
Yeah. I guess overall in this position, I'd rather be Tony than any of them, because Tony is so far the only one that's ventured out far enough to find that hook shot.
Yeah, that is technically in logic. At least I know in combo rando it 100% was. But there's also quite a few tricks that are actually not in logic. Okay. Keaton just sharply shot up his creepy factor just past 3. Oh, he's getting creepy
Okay.
on his side.
These are questions that are...
That,
that one was a little bit worse.
Yeah. He needs to, I feel like Chris Hansen needs to investigate him. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, Keaton, imagine you put on the mask, Keaton shows up to do the quiz, and he's just immediately confronted with, why don't you take a seat right there?
Yeah. But, yeah, it looks like we'll probably be seeing a day 2. We're seeing a day 2 side on Blaze. Unfortunately, P-Hat is nothing this time around.
Yeah, and what's worth noting is now with Pineapple picking up, all runners now have their keg.
Ooh, Ikana Graveyard Way of the Hero.
Okay, that's interesting.
no way of actually getting anything there yet. No bombs. No way to use bombs, I should say. No captain's hat and no Sonata yet. Oh, that was aliens required.
Yeah.
The fire arrows on Crimea. Oh my god, I'm so glad I am not playing the seed now.
That's huge. And here's another bow on Tingle as well.
Yep.
It's a bow lock. I think per the seed,
Yeah,
it
it
is
is
technically a bow lock bow because all of our other projectiles are locked behind bow. Oh wow!
I'm so glad I am not playing this one because I absolutely despise aliens as a check.
Yeah. Wow. Huh. That's wow. A Crimea fire arrows.
Yep. At least you know where the fire arrows are, but man, aliens sucks.
Yeah, that's going to be a very...
We need one mask first, but still it sucks.
Yeah, that's now become the story of the seed, is Crimea.
We're getting a horse race. Yeah, you can. I don't know about help after helping her out, but imagine you're able to.
So you have to imagine on the seed that what you do is you use the rest of your cycle to kind of push these remaining like RTSS checks, push some of your other tournament field stuff, and maybe make use of that Zora mask, and then I guess you have to imagine as soon as you reset cycle, it's going to be beelining it to the ranch, provided we have that Goron.
Oh, they're going to be wearing red rupees on their faces.
That's funny.
Actually, be pretty funny to watch.
Yeah.
You know,
so
I think we know where the circus leader's mask is too. So if we want to buy that, so that we can turn it from a slightly annoying check to a minute cutscene.
Yeah, to like a premier bathroom break opportunity.
Yeah. It was
I
think it was Swamp map purchase.
Something like that. It was This is the first Crimea of the season, is it not?
Yeah, it is. We had the first. We're getting a couple of always stuff required, which is actually really good for the quals.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Not just reviewing, but like, you know, to show, to see if our runners have actually practiced all of their always hint stuff.
Yeah, it keeps them on their toes.
Keeps them on their toes, because they're gonna have to. They may have to do that for bracket if they get in.
Right.
But yeah, Graveyard is indeed WoW, and 100% confirmed for Zora.
Yep, that was all we had. But that's still a pretty significant find, especially when you're not starting with another transformation mask.
Yeah.
Because it's going to kind of dictate the pace of and the direction of your immediate checks. RTS Tingle was like, I think that was the one with LTK, and I think he also had the
LTK and
just
LTK
a bow upgrade
on mountain map purchase.
Right. Yep. No, Tony has also just figured out a thing. You gotta be kidding me. Love how he hovers on that.
The one seed I commentate on.
Milk Road. Okay, yes, there's a difference.
Oh my god. The one seed I commentate on, and it's the one with aliens required.
I know. So Vidya's gonna see that hint soon, and he's gonna regret not picking up that circus leader's mask.
Beavers are dead, unfortunately. One of my favorite checks.
We do like the beavers.
Yeah. They make for a pretty cozy blanket.
Yeah. Yep, the circus leader's mask is
Ooh, Vidya getting that hook shot.
Yep. He's going to be he's got to be pretty happy about that. It is funny how the circus leader's mouse value just shot through the roof because we had to do the. You have to do Crimea.
Yep. But pretty much, they're just around like the same pace now for getting like all their items. It's
Yeah,
no
all of the
advantage or anything.
yeah, all of the runners are more or less in the same spot.
Oh, it's another
Progression
silver
wise.
rupee on the Blue Witch. Oh yeah, it takes the same amount of time. It's just that you don't shoot. You don't have to shoot.
Yeah, it's
so you
not
can
a
take the time to like use the washroom breaker to update your tracker.
yeah, it's not a time save or anything. It's just takes the pressure off.
But yeah, we have aliens required to get Crimea check for fire arrows.
And I do believe this is not all of my I do not believe this is all of our always hints.
I believe that actually is all of them.
Oh, maybe.
There's a maximum of 6. So let's see, seahorses, Goron race, Ocean Spider House, Day 1, aliens. Oh, and then the beavers. That'd be 5. Okay, never mind, miscounted.
Yeah, I thought we were missing one. And Zoe, I think technically it's okay, but maybe just out of caution, I would wait until the race is over. But yeah, this kind of coast side play is immediately paying dividends for Tony with rewarding him with an explosive.
Yeah, because for all we know, the Swamp Spider... Actually, I think this was checked earlier by Tony Big Blind, and it wasn't anything of interest. Yeah, it's just a silver rupee.
Yeah.
I don't know... What, about... Three rupees per skull? Doesn't exactly sound very profitable to me.
No, that does...
More like 4.
Yeah, that does seem kind of like a bad business model. I'm inclined to agree with that.
Well, it's
Yep,
a
there's
repeat for that.
Yep, just reminding you, you have to do that. That's gonna be hanging in the back of
technically,
there.
as soon as we get, like, Goron Mask, like, in logic, then it is logically accessible. Because the way that the way that hints work for required items, you need to be able to see both copies of the hint.
Right.
Because, like, in Ocarina of Time, you only need to see one copy of the hint for it to be, like, logically required. But in Majora's Mask, you need to see both copies of the hint. Nvidia's pretty close to Bank 2? Dang.
Yeah, Vidya's been doing a lot of checks that have rewarded him with a lot of money. He's had very good money routing as well.
Yeah. He also did farm a little bit of cash from, like, near Swamp Archery, because the minimum that it'll give you is 30 rupees.
Right. We're also seeing some mini games from Blaze's side.
Wait, where was Bombag?
Bombag was in I don't know. It was like it's like in the cape in that one grotto, like right there. Yeah, it's like the Cape Grotto by the Ocean House. I don't know what that's called.
That is a huge discovery. Yeah, we just call it like. Oh, you mean Great Bay Coast Grotto? Yeah.
Yes.
And we found a deed. I think that
looked like swamp.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't really use it right now until we can get into until we get Deku.
Right. Yeah, so far every runner that's seen the fire arrows and has just been like, you've got to be kidding me. It's just going back to check it again. Delightful.
That looked like another bomb bag up there.
I think so, yeah.
Like, I may be wrong, but...
I mean, it looked like either a bomb bag or like a, maybe a wallet.
Yeah, it was definitely like a darker colored bag item of some sort.
Right.
And my eyes, I know, aren't particularly the greatest, so... Yeah, that's both hints were Sphere 0 for that, so I wasn't too surprised seeing Goro Mask just being there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it was a stone on dog race, so...
Yeah, in terms of optimizing the way that you're progressing the seed, definitely Goron Mask is the single biggest thing you could find. So I can see why the runners might be inclined to say leave no stone unturned in the quest for that Goron Mask.
Yeah, so it may be a while till you find it, and it's also possible that the Goron Mask could just be, like, on the roof or something.
Right.
Not this time around, though.
Nope.
It is entirely possible that Goron Mask could be in the graveyard, because we do know where bombs are.
Yes. I believe all were, yeah, I think most of the runners that have picked up that, that letter are looking to use it as toilet paper.
It's just easier that way.
Toilet paper is, ooh, is that North Clocktown or East? I can't keep my Clocktown straight anymore. Stockpot in, right. Separate location. And that's Way of the Hero!
Yeah, it's Way of the Hero.
Speaking of.
Yeah.
So that's our final Way of the Hero hint, is the Stockpot Inn. And I think we checked the room reservation, right? So all that remains is...
So well, there's Granny's Stories, that's both checks. There's also Midnight Meeting, but that was already hinted, dead, so... It's either... And there's also the room, like...
Yeah, so there's room key and then there's toilet paper.
Yeah. Did someone... I don't think they've done employee room yet.
No, I don't think so. Well, regardless, they'll definitely be making a visit to everyone's favorite hotel.
Yeah. They'll probably do it on the way to handing in toilet paper.
Yeah, and
a few extra loading zones.
Right. With Hookshot in hand, we're also not really that far away from accessing that graveyard wallet. I mean, I guess we're a little bit, because we need one of the masks, we need magic, and then we need the ice arrows. Logically, anyways.
Oh, no, graveyard is... You just need Epona.
Oh yeah, graveyard's lower Arcana, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm losing my mind.
Graveyard Grotto is, in fact, in Logic. But I doubt... most people will probably not want to get to that check immediately, just because, you know, you're going out of your way for one check, and, like, maybe one hint.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense to kind of save it for when you have access to the graveyard proper.
Well, specifically either getting Sonata or Captain's Hat. Ideally, Captain's Hat.
Yeah. That's true. It could nevertheless be the one the one check they need.
We've seen it before.
Yeah, at this point, all of the runners are kind of just retracing each other's steps, doing the mini games, doing some of the coast checks.
Yeah, I can see Blaze out. Probably being the first to check the song. And we'll have to check also is the All Night's Mask check, the one that costs 500 at the Curiosity Shop if you save Grandma.
Yep. That's a worthwhile check. Can't actually use it, but it's still worth checking what it is.
Yeah, it's a good peek here.
Yeah, but definitely so
Blaze
far.
is probably okay. That was where the Swamp Title deed was.
Yeah, and that's just the Zora Cape chest.
There's a chance that you might have to come back for it, so this is not a bad spot for it. If I'm gonna be perfectly frank.
No, it's very convenient, easy to pick up. There's an owl statue right there. It's if you are in need of it later, that's definitely a good spot to have it. But definitely the story of this seed is going to be that Cremia just sitting in the back of everyone's minds. That's where their fire arrows are.
And all it takes is Goron mask.
Yeah. Really just a Goron mask away.
Gets us a song, gets us fire arrows. Yeah, we have PFI available as well.
Yep, that's right. Pirate's Fortress is... Sewers is not accessible, but both the exterior and interior of Pirate's Fortress can be reached.
That's, like, between all of them, that's 10 checks.
Alright, so your video gets...
Bremen mask. Oh,
Bremen!
God, that's a terrible spot
boy.
for that. That is an app. Oh, I see what James is doing here. He's going to check lemons.
I think that makes... I think he saw the... Surely he must have seen the stockpot envoy of the hero, right?
Yeah, I think that's exactly why he's doing that. So, get ready for your lemons, because we're getting 10 of them.
It seems like he changed his mind on the inversion, but he's definitely soaring, so... Let's see, did we see any other checks in here other than the hinted dead midnight meeting, or is it just,
Oh, I see why he changed his mind. It is way too late, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because it closes at what? Isn't it like 8 or 8:30?
It's right around then. It might be as late as 9, but it's not... He's certainly cutting it closer than it's probably reasonable to go for it.
Yeah, so you might have to just rush.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of do whatever you can on in this western push.
Yep.
We're gonna get to see Pinnacle Rock from Blaze. Oh.
I was setting it so that you can actually still see the all-night mask check, because the Curiosity Shop does close at 5 a.m. on the last day, because he is running away.
There's 1 hour it's inaccessible because he's running for his life because that moon it's coming.
And he knows it. Alright, that's the lower one that's dead.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything he likes there at Pinnacle Rock. Blade's just gonna soar out.
Oh, East Clocktown chest had something. Extra health.
Yeah, that's probably a little bit less important considering we started with Fierce Deity, but
And Painapple's going to finally get his hook shot, but
yeah, he's gonna be happy to see this. Yeah, we don't have double defense yet, that's true. We do have Fierce Deities.
So, like, none of the bosses are going to be particularly difficult.
The best defense is simply defeating the boss before it can damage you, honestly.
And I mean, Georg can just basically snipe if you don't know. Because Georg, like, once you figure out how to do the setup for getting him stuck, it's not even a big deal.
Yeah, I know we don't talk about it here, but the 3DS Georg, oh my lord, that thing was awful.
Oh, I agree, 100%.
I mean, like, I know it's just like that's a very common opinion that the 3DS ruined all of the bosses, except Goat. You would have to try to ruin Goat.
Gossips was dead. That was our last always.
Okay.
Oh, PFE log has something.
Oh, dang.
That is a huge find.
That's a big get. I know
that is a yep. You just abandon PFI for the moment. Oh, that's a wallet.
That is a second wallet for Painapple, and it is.
Oh my god. So we're about to see one of the big checks that
Okay, so the Mask of Sense I don't think can be the Graveyard Waff because
not with the fact that we have wallet.
Yeah.
And Kita has nothing. Okay, so it's either Bank 3 or Lemons right now that has the item. That is actually huge information.
Yeah, that's...
And yeah, Captain's Hat is hard required, which Blaze found.
Yeah, for a second I saw that Mask of Sense and I'm like, oh, is that it? And it's like, no. Fortunately, because we have the Well is Hinted Dead, we have other ways of getting the things that you need. Or that would get you. So yeah, the So refresh my memory, where was the other wallet upgrade? We got... I know this one was on Toilet Paper Hand.
I remember now. I know it was really early on.
Yeah, I know it was... Oh, it was Guru Guru, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Guru Guru.
GBC Grotto, I think, was our bomb bag.
GBC Grotto was our bomb bag. Guru Guru had our first wallet, and the second one was on Toilet Hand. So it's either a 50-50 between two checks. It's either Lemons, or it's,
We just saw Curiosity Shop and anything, so yeah, Bank 3 or Lemons. Yep.
And Tony's gonna get that Captain's Hat.
He's probably gonna feel a little bit silly having rushed to the Graveyard Grotto, but in this... Did he not actually open the chest?
He got the Captain's Hat.
Okay, it must have buffered
for
something.
He's making the play to continue further.
Yeah. I also would call attention, I think this was a Vanilla Oath, right? Like, we don't have... That's what the song was? Yeah, Vanilla Oath.
No, it's not Vanilla.
Or no, yeah, because... Yeah, Song of Time, right. Yes, Vanilla Oath is on the...
like beating any of the bosses.
Yeah. Blue Boss Warp is Vanilla Oath. Did Vidya actually skip the Toilet Hand? Because that's Kind of unfortunate for him if he did. Okay, I didn't think he did, but... Yeah, I never try and rely on that. I never try and rely on the order of the, yeah, of the color because they do that.
Oh, there's something in the fish tank.
Okay, this aggressive first cycle Pirates Fortress play could pay dividends.
Yeah.
Those who went to the exterior were definitely rewarded.
Oh, that is not a good item to see.
Yeah, you're probably not happy about that.
It's a bottle, but like, man, does it suck otherwise.
Yeah.
And we won't be getting a Mountain Village Foolish because we already got all of our Foolishes.
Yeah, that's definitely, of the bottles you could get, that's definitely one of the ones you...
Yeah, but out of all the possible bottles, that is definitely the worst one to find. Is what we're mentioning, because then you might have to go back into Pirate's Fortress. Oh my god, hookshot chest is something too.
Wow. Pirate's Fortress is lucrative.
Yeah, but how lucrative? So that gold dust is kind of annoying to get back to.
It is worth noting that if you're tight on money, that gold dust, we could potentially see that gold dust come in handy for getting to Bank 3 if that does end up being our Woth.
You're better off killing Takuri at the moment.
I guess so, yeah.
Oh,
that's another bottle. Well, okay. So the harvest from Pirate's Fortress was not as bountiful as advertised by the chest color.
By the chest type, yeah.
But nevertheless, it probably feels good for Tony to have it out of the way.
I think we're going to be seeing a graveyard play here from Blaze, so we will be finally finding out what the Woth is there. So...
yeah, that is... I can also see the logic behind, oh, I want to not pursue this Bremens right away because I have to go to Ranch later to do Cremia, but...
yeah.
I can see the logic behind that. Plus, you can't do a day one Ranch anyways at this state.
Yeah. So we'll see Blaze probably grabbing a stick here while he gets the Mask of Sense. Tony playing it smart and selling the gold dust.
Yep, that's gonna come in handy.
Yeah, you could just burn the cycle, yeah, because it's not a big deal.
Tony has exactly enough, I think, to get Bank 3 here. Piece of heart.
I think that was Bank 2, wasn't it?
Or yeah, that was 500, not anything else. I got excited for nothing. Okay, so Bank 2 is dead. Cool.
Yep. And Blaze is, yeah, just pushing Graveyard here. It's a good play. You know it's Woth, but you don't know it's Woth for. It could just be for Song, which would be slightly annoying. But it would tell you that the dungeon either has an item in it, or it directly locks an item via its completion.
Right, or I think also it's possible that it could be a situation where this is the first dungeon that is, like the dungeon it locks is the first one that is logically completable. I think is also technically true.
Vidya's gonna be doing lemons. Yes, Dompe is dead because he wasn't hinted in any of our 6 always, which we have since then found. Right. Captain's hat was Pirate's Fortress exterior, the chest, like, in the log.
Seems we've run into a little bit of an issue with oh, there's Tony. He's coming back.
But yeah, that's Oath and a bomb chew.
It's kind of interesting. We have the Fierce Deity mask. I guess it's not that surprising. You don't use it here, but
You can't.
oh, that's right.
You
There's
kind
nothing
of. You kind of need a boss like around, and also
Yeah.
just there's no. We don't have Fierce Deity anywhere on. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it
that
would be
be.
pretty handy.
I know that's. I'm definitely familiar with that setting.
It's a fun one. I love it because if you're confident enough, you can actually skip the ice arrow requirements in Great Bay Temple as well.
Yeah. Tony does have remnants, yes.
Yeah, he does. It's on his tracker. Yeah, Vidia forcing another cycle for Bremen. It's not a bad play, because you don't know where All Might's mask is, and farming for rupees still takes longer.
Right, and from Vidia's perspective, he also doesn't have the captain's hat, so this is the only wath he can push.
Yeah.
So
Well, he could push the wallet wath, but like it's
yeah,
a little
that's
bit more painful.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder to do.
It's not harder to do, it's just more annoying.
That's fair, yeah.
And it looks like the Painapple is also doing the same thing.
Yeah, I think it makes sense because those are the two runners that haven't found the captain's hat. Okay.
Well, there's an item in Graveyard, so this might be the wath. Probably. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah,
There it
that's
is.
100% wath. You go back in time.
Yep.
Oh, it's not Bremen. It's either the wallet or it's on Granny.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
The Bremens was a ruse. It was a feint, a distraction.
Bait. Oh, it's so sad too. I love that check.
It's the greatest check in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Goron mask, that's the item that's gonna open up so much of the seed.
Oh,
Song of Healing.
Healing. Yeah, Blaze doing exactly what I thought he would and should do.
Yep. He's immediately gonna push that ranch.
You push that ranch with aliens in tow as well.
Absolutely. Makes a lot of sense, especially because Romani's song could conceivably even be something like Goron's Lullaby, which would immediately give you access to. Well, I guess you still need magic, but
just magic.
Altogether, you're very close to being able to clear that dungeon. So, Song of Healing is a little bit scary to see. You're not exactly too fussed about it from this position because you do have the keg available to you as well, but if Song of Storms comes up anywhere, then we're also going to be looking for Mirror Shield.
Yeah, Tony's gonna, he has a captain's hat too, so he will be getting that Goron mask as well.
Yeah, this is not surprising to me. The runners that found the captain's hat want to pursue this. Those that did not want to pursue the Stockpot in Moth. Which at this point I'm I don't know.
But yeah,
Well,
Egos is the castle, so his song could be required.
It's very possible.
You could also have the item on the pillar being required too. Although it is logically fire arrows, magic, and cleanse locked with all the other requirements to getting it to, getting up to Ikana Castle.
Right. We do have Keg Castle.
Yeah. Aside of
Very.
the lack of... Actually, no, we have fire arrows. We just don't have magic.
Yeah, we know where the fire arrows are. We for sure know where the fire arrows are.
Yeah. The game making a big stink about it, too.
Oh yeah, the seed is aggressively saying, just go do aliens. Go do Romani. Go check out the ranch.
So I'm glad I'm not doing this seed. I'm glad I'm not doing this seed. I would suck on this one.
It will definitely be a test of archery, a test of alien management. Yeah, so Storms is only directly for Pamela in very specific circumstances where there's no access to a bottle. It can be required to grow a bean, but
we got bottles already, and both of them are in logic.
Right. If no bottles are in logic and you need to use a bean to progress, it can technically be required for that, but otherwise it's just Pamela.
Honestly, going up north wouldn't be a bad play to burn time of day for aliens, I feel.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. You can go hit the owl statue near Snowhead because you have the lullaby. You know as soon as you have magic, you know you're going to get the fire arrows. You can do the song check, you can do some Goron Village type checks, and then, or Mountain Village type checks, and then once you are ready to do aliens, you come back and do that.
Yeah, basically, you get a song, you get a lot of info from that. Like, objectively, it's just a good play for that. It's just...
Yeah, I'm curious to see what this Bank 3 / Granny check is gonna yield. I'm sure in Blaze's mind right now, we got 2 simultaneous Bremens. Let's go. That's awesome.
Oh my god. Wallet Wath for light arrows.
The light arrows.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Incredible. And we are indeed getting double lemons.
Yeah, Bank 3 light arrows.
Oh my goodness.
Well, there's your way of the hero. It was the second wallet the whole time.
Yep. But, I mean, the fact that I get to see double lemons, can't be mad at that.
No, I got no complaints.
Oh no, he's stuck in the wall.
Well, I definitely think of the 2 hinted way of the hero locations, the Goron mask is the bigger prize, but
yeah,
you're not unhappy about figuring out, I found my light arrows, I know I don't have to worry about that anymore.
And Tony is making the big rush towards... Actually, no, he hasn't reset time yet, so he has to...
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what Tony does to kill time in that scenario. If he's making his northern play now as opposed to after checking out the...
I hinted Bank 3, but like, you kinda got a hint pointing towards it.
Yeah, it wasn't totally unhinted, it was way of the hero. There was no direct, your light arrows will be on Bank 3. But...
Oh, that's right, we haven't seen treasure chest game yet.
Well, that's true.
Excitement. We have not seen it yet, and we will not be seeing it anymore. We will not be seeing it to its conclusion, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah, this is true.
Alien, nah, Tony's gonna have to... Wait, Tony could do aliens this cycle, but like he just misses out on the song.
Right. Which, I mean, maybe that's something that's something he's comfortable doing, and he thinks that's the best way he can route this.
It would work, yeah.
I guess he technically has access to like Pirates Fortress sewers if he thinks there's something there.
And that is New Wave on the Baby Goron.
Alright, Bossa Nova. I guess it's technically there are some checks you can do inside Great Bay Temple. You're not exactly enthralled about doing it if you can't beat the dungeon, but
Double defense. Someone mentioned that before, and we found it.
yeah.
I can only remember day 3, like, for the invisible platforms.
Yeah, I think
Mostly because that's when I do Goron Village a lot of the time.
I mean I'm definitely a feather person like Tony's been doing there.
Yeah,
But I'm also
I
not
do
very good at
Feather
the
for
game,
day
so
1 and 2, so... Ooh, there's something in Lynn's Cave.
it's another bottle. Poor Tony, that's his
free.
third.
Wait, we didn't get to see what was on the invisible chest.
It was art container, I think?
My goodness. That's just unfortunate. Oh well. Well, Snowhead Temple, you can't get to it logically anyway, because, yeah, he's doing aliens this cycle, whereas Blaze is, he's gonna be doing aliens, but he's using the north as a means of burning time.
Yeah, Blaze's setup here is, I think, probably the close to most efficient you can get.
We're getting a Camaro check.
Yeah, make use of that song of
Dancing
healing.
instructor have for us.
It is also
We'll be finding out what what that last item was, because I did not get to see it. Because it refreshed right as,
yeah. I think the invisible chest in Lens Cave was a heart container.
Yeah, no worries. It was just unfortunate coincidence. Yeah, you can tell Pineapple also typically does day 3 Lens Cave check here.
Yeah.
Because he didn't even bother with the feather.
Yeah. It is also true, we are quite starved for magic this seed. Because even if we get those fire arrows, even if we get the ice arrows, it's getting to...
yeah, it was a heart container.
Yeah. It's getting to the point where... It's getting to the point where, in order to make any real progress with our major items, we want magic.
Yeah. To get that, you can see the double defense, probably gonna go no, because it's kind of you don't really need it. In fact, if anything, it makes death warping harder.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a very expensive purchase when you need 1,000 rupees to get a Bank 3.
Blaze has probably has every single day set up, like memorized for it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised. Oh wait, cafe mask? Oh god, where was that?
Ooh. That's gonna hang over their heads a bit.
Oh,
Macau.
Macau. Cursed.
That's only accessible to the runners who went to the graveyard at the moment to learn Song of Healing. So if that cafe mask has something, it's gonna.
Midnight Meeting was hinted dead. But if we find a letter to Mama, there could be something else.
Yeah.
And Tony Big Blind is showing us why Captain's Hat is logic. Oh my god, that is a magic on the fish!
Wow. Okay. That's certainly one way to do it. So all those bottles really did matter, huh?
But Tony Big Blind showing us exactly why Captain's Hat is logically required for this check.
Yeah. I know this is definitely my preferred way of having it.
I usually just go in blind.
I mean, yeah, like that's the probably like most of the time that's what I end up doing. But if I have it available to me, I'm not gonna say no.
I usually do. Text takes too long. And I have better
Yeah,
things to do.
I know, but I'm a filthy casual.
That is absolutely fair.
Who's Cappy? Oh, Captain's Hat.
Oh,
Yeah, yes, it was.
yes, it was.
Took me a moment to see what chat was all
Oh,
about.
wow. Yeah, you definitely want to check that. The mountain title deed being on Ocean Spider House chest is just a tad bit cursed. Just a
Yeah,
tad.
that's it has a threatening aura to it that I'm not sure I like.
It is actually available for handing in. And with that Goron, we can just immediately do it as well. But the first things first, we gotta get rid of the worst check in the game.
Yeah, it's a long one. So yeah, Pineapple putting that magic to use now having his Captain's Hat. Probably not going to be long until he puts it to work and gets that Goron mask. And from that point,
Yeah.
it is Snowhead Temple is completely completable. Oh, and yes, of course, how can we forget? Happy 1 hour, everybody. It's been a bit. We
We're too
missed it by a
focused
little.
on aliens and such.
Yeah, there's been a lot of exciting developments in this last couple of minutes.
The one thing
We
I
have a
do
few
like
people.
about aliens is the fact that the dog will tell you which alien is the closest. He will bark at the one that is closest to the barn.
That's kind of nice. Um, but yes, happy 1 hour, everybody. We have people to thank as usual. We have our runners on who agreed to be on Restream today. Painapple, Video James, Blaze 1438, and Tony Big Blind. Our great trackers, Alley Oops, and Baseball, who is also restreaming for us. And in the comms booth, my name is Nathan, and I'm joined here by Alex.
Yeah, I'd also like to thank as well. And look at that. There's our goodest boy, as we're about to get the worst check out of the game.
Yep. Yeah, truly the story of the seed will be the graveyard Goron mask wath into the Crimea.
This... Oh my goodness. Yeah, the fish are not playing nice. But Blaze will be able to get his magic soon.
Yeah, if they remember to do that fish check anyways.
Well, they have a fish, so...
Oh, well, there you go. They certainly plan on it. Yeah, getting magic is incredibly potent.
100%.
Yeah, Ellie raises a good point that this could definitely be a scenario where the other location of magic is also accessible.
Yeah, because this one is kind of awkward to get. Not, like, terrible, but kind of awkward to route in now.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure where it could be, but that they haven't checked yet, but it is
And Blaze is going to be checking sewers. He is slowing down time so that he has enough of that for aliens. This is not a
right.
bad play here. Like, getting...
Yeah, I think this makes
And now-
sense to clear out all of your one-off checks or in your little locations that only have a few things. Oh, there it
my
is.
God!
Wow.
Oh my god. That's
Okay.
incredible.
That's great. Wow. There's the other magic. That's fun. Oh, that's very fun. So,
You gotta swim either way to get magic.
yeah.
Oh, that was a small chest in...
Yeah, sewers may have more for us yet.
I'm thinking either land title deed or ocean title deed here. It could be the room key, or it's no. It was
Or,
oh wow, that is
or it's
huge.
con access.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So yeah, that Pirate's Fortress sewers kind of got maybe a little bit written off earlier by some of the runners for its inaccessibility when they didn't have Goron, but there's some interesting stuff down there.
Oh, and he's selling off that gold dust. That's a good idea. He's probably gonna get his light arrows soon. I believe.
You have to imagine,
Blaze is
yeah.
close to like bank. I don't remember if it's bank 2 or bank 3. He's close to. I know he's done bank 1.
He's almost at bank 3.
So technically you can't, like, from the graveyard, but with long jumps or like the stalactite jump, you can in fact get the song out of graveyard on day 2. But we will be finding our first we will be getting our first set of fire arrows.
Yeah.
When she decides that she wants to actually talk to our hero instead of staring at him.
Yep. So this is the first Cremia of Season 5.
Yep.
Yep. Unnecessary blast mask, okay.
It's still nice.
Yeah, Blaze meanwhile looks like he's gonna be cutting it pretty close at aliens.
Yeah.
Wow, the red rupee thing is kind of menacing, because from a distance it almost just looks like they just have like glowing red eyes or something.
It does. Oh, this is not a bad play from the Pineapple. He is just getting the keg there so he can save some money. It's a pretty smart play.
I think so. Yeah. A lot of this, a lot of the challenge of the seed is how do you route in this aliens check, and what do you do in the meantime?
Yeah, because the latest that Blaze can get in is like 3:30 a.m. because that's when they capture the barn.
Yep.
So, and I'm aware that he's a Majora's Mask speedrunner as well, so he's pretty confident that he can get aliens, like, right as they're, like, pretty close to capturing.
Yeah, he's definitely playing as if he has a lot of faith in this.
There's the fire arrows for Tony.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty close to bank 3. So we're just missing what? Deku Mask, ice arrows.
Yeah, I mean, Deku Mask, Ice Arrows, and then maybe Mirror Shield, depending on song stuff.
Yeah. And there's the light arrows for Blaze.
Yep.
Yeah,
There are the
330
walls.
is the latest you can possibly be for aliens.
So we might have ourselves a redux of Qualifier 1 and have just an awful Ice Arrows casino.
Oh yeah, 100%. But like, you do have Snowhead you can full clear, and
Yeah, there's
all the springtime checks for that.
Yeah, you have to think the odds are pretty good that
Like, it's progression, it gives you song info, like, and potentially more info. Like, if it storms, you know mirrors required.
right. I would think that, especially in Blaze's position, the play has to be you push for your you collect your fire arrows and then full clear Snowhead.
Yep.
Painapple at long last is united with the Goron mask.
Because the play you do is either you roll with the cycle and just go with going with aliens immediately after, or you go with or you just you go back in time and then route something else in.
Yeah,
This
and a
will
lot of
really
these.
determine how good you are with routing in time wasters.
Yeah, that's the big check for this seed.
But yeah, we saw what was in Len's cave. The bottle is like the closest to being logically significant between the two.
Right. The bottle could at least yield magic.
But yeah,
There's
after this and getting the fire arrows, I would 100% just push Snowhead here. It's a dungeon you can full clear. You get 4 extra checks. Like,
yeah, I
it's
completely
just
agree.
a very solid play here. It's progression as well, so you're not exactly wasting a whole lot of time by doing that either.
Right, even if you don't find anything in the temple itself, you've at least beaten the temple.
Yeah, and you know that then there's nothing in the temple to go back for.
Yeah.
Yep, Vidya's about to get his magic now.
I believe all hints are satisfied, so I don't
Yeah, they
I don't
are.
think Ice Arrows or Deku Mask could
Be hinted. Yeah, but that's perfectly fine. Or
yeah.
Ice Arrows is probably the slightly better than Deku Mask in having it last, because that means Great Bay Temple, like, after Warts, basically Georg is just nothing.
Right. I think the one scenario you're desperately hoping, and this is one we saw not that long ago, is you're really hoping that this isn't here, but if the Ice Arrows are just in Great Bay Temple itself, then it's very possible to last location that if you're exceptionally afraid of having to double dip or even to have to do Wart and get vanilla Ice Arrows. But they're a long ways off from having to deal with that reality.
Like, it is the worst, because it's ideally you want to go through Great Bay Temple when you're in go mode. You don't want to do it when you're just rushing like when you're trying to find progression, because it sets up time of day perfectly. Because the other thing you could do is if you have 2 dungeons for go mode, you start you go with the faster one. Like you go with setting it up right as you're going into the first one, and doing it that way. Because the less time you spend waiting at the clock tower, the better.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's possible. Which
I think he has
or
it
he might
written.
have forgotten it.
It's possible,
It
yeah. He
is.
has it written, so I don't know if he definitely saw it at some point.
Yeah. So the best play here for Blaze is either he's gonna reset time so that he can I would to do a Smithy 1. And you can set that up like before or after you do Snowhead.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Because you know where the gold dust is if you need to do Smithy 2. Because that is also the smithies are also one of the items that could have that also show what they're making. Obviously, it's like covered in molten stuff, but still.
Yeah, you can figure it out.
That was really close on James's side.
Yeah, that was kind of scary.
And Blaze is grabbing the Scarecrow song so that he can do
The check on Path to Snowhead if need be.
Yep.
He's
It
also
is
picking up a
logically
keg for the.
blocked for a kick trial. Yeah, this is not a bad play here. This is actually something I'd be doing, is like setting everything up so that when I go and actually beat the dungeon, then I can go back and just get that stuff during springtime.
Yeah, Blaze has set up his contingencies very well. Tony is now also, I believe, in a pretty prime position to take on Snowhead, having just acquired his magic from the fish. It's
Yeah, it
interesting.
looks like
I think 2 of our runners have their magic from the fish. 2 of them have it from
the sewers,
the sewers, but none of them have both,
but
which is
none of them
interesting.
have both. Okay, I did not get a good look at that.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what it was.
It kind of
Look,
looked like a bottle of something, but I couldn't tell you.
I thought it might have been like Couple's Mask, but I know it's not that because it was
No,
minted
it's...
somewhere else, so I don't actually know what it is.
Oh my god, it looks like a trade quest? No, it's big. Actually big. Oh my god. I think that's like bottle number 5?
I think that's bottle percent because we know where the last bottle is.
Right.
We might still be missing one more. Yeah, because we never found the red potion one, but we that's a lot of bottles.
But yeah, looks like we are getting double Snowhead Temple here.
Yeah. I think this is definitely the direction the seed is. Once all of the Woths are, all of the Woths have been satisfied, and all
It
is said and
was...
done, this definitely seems to be what it wants you to do.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, the slippery controls are always fun. Totally not,
Yep.
like, frustrating. It's not like I've done that plenty of times. I think I did that both of the quals as well as I fell off once. And the pain and suffering of that ramp. I hate it.
If you get it right, it is
It
easily one of the
feels
most
satisfying.
satisfying. Yeah, it's one of the most
But,
satisfying
like,
things in the
man,
game.
when you
But
don't get it, though, it is pain and suffering.
oh yeah, So Pineapple's not going to check out Sewers himself. This should put him on track to find that Garrow mask, which is obviously a very important find.
But yeah, Wizrobe's the first small key is nothing. I think that's small key.
I think it is, anyways.
All right, that's map. I know that's map chest. And this is another small key. But yeah, Pineapple has both of his magics now.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if somehow, if there's nothing in Snowhead and there's nothing in Springtime, what do you do from there?
That is a good question.
Because all of our runners on Restream have been, I think, very thorough about um, doing their like Termina fields and doing their early sphere checks.
Ooh, there's something here. Oh, that's good for after the springtime.
Yeah, huh?
There is
That's
shrine for Blaze. Tony has not gotten his light arrows yet. That's the only advantage that Blaze has over him.
yeah. It ended up being we were talking about how maybe Tony should reset worrying about how he was kind of skipping out on Ranch Song with the way he routed his aliens in Crimea, but it ended up not being too punishing for him to just reset the cycle. And
Oh, that is unfortunate. The long jump
this
not
is true.
working
Yeah,
out.
that's a good point. Chat makes is that Tony has not yet been to Pirate Fortress sewers. He's done the interior and the exterior, but not sewers, so he doesn't have access to Akana. It is possible that we could be bailed out by that by finding a Gibdo mask, either in springtime or in um
Yeah. Well, we'll have to find out.
yeah, a lot of what happens next in the seed is going to hinge on what's found inside this temple and the ensuing spring checks, and if it is either one of those two Deku mask or ice arrows that we're looking for.
Very clean Wizard fights on both sides. And Hot Spring Water Grotto was nothing, unfortunately, as James has just shown us.
Right. Yeah, if you're Tony in this position, you are really hoping you find either Gibdo or Garrow in here. Obviously, we know that it could only be Gibdo, but hope springs
Yeah.
eternal. I guess I have to wonder if you find ice arrows, do you try and clear Great Bay, or is that then do you make a canyon push? Because the canyon itself has been hinted dead.
Yeah, I mean, it'd only be basically for the owl if you're mostly interested. Like, if you find ice arrows and you find uh find uh elegy, then you definitely push towards that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're all good. It's definitely it's early in the season. It's been a while. We all gotta kind of refresh ourselves. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it doesn't
definitely,
help that I've not been having the greatest of sleep lately, but that's
I hear
neither
you.
here nor there.
It is. You also made a good point that when we defeat Goat here, we're going to gain a new song, and what that song is could be it could influence a lot because if it's elegy or sonata, that's going to kind of determine what happens next.
Yeah, yeah.
It could also be storms, and that would then be its own problem for the runners.
But both Tony and Blaze are actually neck and neck in Snowhead Temple. It's just that Blaze has both Garo and light arrows over Tony.
Yeah.
Payne is just like setting up his owl here. We do know that Deku cannot be like really too far into Inverted Stone Tower Temple because it is logically required to get past like the big wind room.
Yeah, the fire on the floor and stuff. Yeah, I'm. Oh, Deku's on keg trial.
Keg trial. Oh wow.
That's gonna?
Blaze is
Wow.
set up for it. Blaze is all set up for it.
Wow. Yeah, Blaze is gonna have pretty quick access to that. How did we figure that out? Was it hinted this whole time?
I think that's because James just checked it.
Oh, okay. I don't know how we missed that. I guess we were just in. Yeah, we were in just such an exhilarating race in Snowhead that we didn't quite catch that peak. But yeah, okay. Having Wow, yeah. So Deku on keg trial. Let's see if this is Sonata. That's going to synergize very well with that. Elegy. Okay.
Elegy, yeah. So basically, we are more or less could just be ice arrows from Go.
It all depends on the song from Deku Palace. Are we going to need that mirror shield, or are we going to?
Oh, that's a lens. Oh,
okay.
God.
That opens up a few more possibilities.
That just opened up Darmani.
Yeah, getting another flashback from Qual 1, another casino for the Forlorn Ice Arrows. And logically, Ice Arrows cannot, even though we have Elegy, logically, we're not going to find those Ice Arrows anywhere in Stone Tower.
Wait, that was a Romani mask on Smithy 1.
That's funny.
So there's Moo.
That's great. So, I guess probably if I had to guess, what's going to happen next is you're going to take that. They're going to do keg trial. They're going to take that Deku mask and go. All right, Vidya here is about to show us what Let's see. If this is Song of Storms, then things get interesting. Because somehow then we would need to find a way to get into to not only get the ice arrows, but then we also need to get the mirror shield to go do egos.
Oh my god. There's something else in springtime. Oh, okay, it's just the frog.
Oh, that's my favorite mask. I love the frog mask.
I know a particular racer you would love to watch because he even in these settings he will still go for all frogs.
Let's go. My hero. Yeah, ice arrows in Great Bay Temple. Jeez, wouldn't that be funny if that's where they were and that was the last item they needed?
Oh god, that'd be terrifying. Not again.
Wall 1, anyone? Wall 1?
Oh no, not the book!
Oh, they got booked.
Curse it.
And Tony's about to get booked as well.
God.
There it is. There's the Sonata. So.
Oh, and it's vanilla for the song. That's good info.
So that means
we're just ice arrows from Go.
Yeah, officially we can now open up a bet. Where are those ice arrows? Much like in Qual 1, the ice arrows are once again the last remaining item before the seed becomes clearable.
Oh, that is so sick. Seeing that on James's side, the recoil flip to get to the grotto, absolutely huge.
Yeah, that was smooth. Oh, we don't actually have a bet open, I don't think. I don't know, baseball, is that something we do, or is it, maybe we don't. It's fine.
But now
we can bet in spirit.
It does mean that now, with that Deku mask, we also have Woodfall Temple available.
Exactly.
Aw.
No, Keg Trial had a Deku, and it ended up being Vanilla Sonata. So that
Yeah, it had Deku, and yeah, it led to that. Biobaba is just a stray fairy in these settings for Great Bay Temple. Because stray
I'm
fairy
feeling
chests are not on.
my heart tells me it's going to be Bow Chest and Woodfall, but my soul tells me it should be on something ridiculous like the like Mountain Title Deed turn in.
It can't be in Stone Tower Temple because it logically requires ice arrows to get into that area in the first place.
Right.
But that is an easy Deku mask for Blaze.
It sounded like he obviously hasn't done Stone Tower yet, but suddenly
Yeah.
it feels pretty good to be Vidya because you're gonna clear Woodfall pretty
In,
quickly.
so in the room in Great Bay Temple with the boss key, there are two checks in in these settings. One of them is the small key chest, and the other is the map chest.
Oh, I think I know
Actually,
what
it's the
Tony's
compass
doing.
chest. It's compass chest, right? Because the map
I
chest is the one near the red switch.
I think I see why Tony did this. I think he wanted to set up Midnight Meeting
Yeah,
so he could
Biobaba
sell
chest,
the.
like hallway, is a stray fairy.
Yeah, I think Tony set that up. We were kind of wondering did he has the hint. I think he set that up so he could sell the Chateau Romani to get his bank 3. But man, wouldn't it be something if we had another seed where Ice Arrows was just French vanilla in Great Bay Temple?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Pineapple is now also out of the Crimea check. Has his fire arrows?
So if you go in as like operating under that logic, you could, in theory, just do most of Great Bay Temple on your way then,
Yeah, I
because
mean it.
you can just do Stone Tower Temple and just beat it immediately, because you know it's not going to be in logic ever.
Right. It's the classic. There's gonna be if Vidya finds the ice arrow somewhere in here. He essentially gets what's effectively go mode and can just kind of blitz the rest of the seed. But um, if they're not in here, there's going to be a little bit of a dilemma. Oh, how's the diving going, by the way? I have to keep track of that. Baseball's watching
There
the.
hasn't been anything of interest.
Oh,
Uh, I see. But yeah, there hasn't been anything of interest in Woodfall. And we're almost done here.
yeah. This I guess it's possible Adolwa has them.
Yeah. We have seen, like, Adowa with Pictobox is probably one of the most cursed things.
Yeah, that's very
I had
possible
that
too.
happen twice during my scrub season this year.
Huh.
One was for Lens, which was logically required, and one was hard required for the fire arrows.
Wow, that's brutal. And it's totally possible that we get a scenario where it's required for ice arrows in this one. And go mode at that.
Yeah. Jet, Tony now has Deku.
Yep. And it looks like Painapple will be joining them in Deku-dum pretty soon.
Oh, Tony is checking All Might's mask check here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense.
That's a good play.
Because from Tony's perspective, he's missing ice arrows and he's missing light arrows. He knows he's going to get one from Bank 3, or at least is reasonably confident he's going to.
Once he figures out if there's anything on Grandma.
Right. Might as well scour it.
Oh,
okay.
That's actually really nice for him.
Yeah, in his position, you'd love that.
Because that's less grinding you have to do. Alright,
Yeah, and
that is our last check in Stockpot Inn. It is confirmed for the wallet.
Yep. That was the only way of the hero item. It's funny, they're just giving out the most powerful weapon in the game as like an interest reward, an incentive to do banking. I wish my banking incentives were that good in real life.
And the scary part is that it also is insane for investments as well.
Yeah.
Because you just get 50 for every enemy you kill.
Right, they locked the money making behind having a lot of money. It's just like real life.
Yeah. And it looks like Blaze is going for the Red Witch here. Because if you do Woodfall before checking that check, like to get the Picto Box check, you have to reset the cycle.
Yep. And let's see what Adolwa's got for us today. It's just a rupee. Alright, so now Vigia is faced with a the classic dilemma, very familiar to those that played, anyone who played in Qual 1, where we've completed Stonehead, we've completed Woodfall. Ice arrows are the only thing you need. Do you go into Great Bay Temple and hope for that's there? Because
there
the reward
is a secret shrine.
Yeah, there are definitely a few places you can go. You can go Secret Shrine. You can check some of your deed turn-ins. I think some of them we've seen, Deb, but we haven't seen all of them.
Well, we know Ocean Title Deed is nothing because it's in Ikana Canyon.
Yeah, so I guess really it's... And I think we saw... Didn't we see that Swamp was... No, that was the purchase, was... We don't know what Swamp is. So I guess it could be... It could be that. Yeah, that's right. From Vigia's perspective, Vigia has a few things he has to do. He has to go get Keg Song, and he has to go clear Snowhead, so I'm sure we'll be seeing him do that.
We get a vanilla Picto Box here, that would be pretty funny.
Yep, that would be a,
Whoops.
I can't help but notice Tony also hasn't turned in his Bank 3 yet. I know there's no rush for him to do it, but I would think from his perspective he'd like to get that out of the way, because he knows it's his bluff.
But we have not seen what is on the Red Witch, so we will be getting that information fairly soon. And unfortunately, not much.
It's an art piece.
In a game full of them.
Yeah. And so now it's Blaze's turn to clear out Woodfall, and he'll find, unfortunately for him, that there's not anything here.
Yeah. Let's see. Right, it was Tony Big Blind that did the Ocean Spider House chest and found the Mountain Title Deed. So he's the
Yes.
only one who actually has that information potentially.
Yeah, and that could be very unfortunate if that's where it is. Also, since someone asked, I think, how many heart pieces? I know Twilight Princess is 45. There's 45 heart pieces in that
There's only
game.
4 heart containers in Majora's Mask. You start off with 3, so it's like
13
see,
times 4.
yeah.
So, 52? So yeah, Majora's Mask is the most then. And I guess the least would be Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, which have none. Because you just get the whole container in that one.
There's also the original Legend of Zelda, because that also has no heart pieces. You only get heart containers.
Yeah, that's true. And Heart Piece is kind of a that's Twilight Princess that needs 5.
Yep.
Everything else is 4 is pretty
Yeah,
standard otherwise.
Twilight Princess is the only one that requires 5. Every other one is either 0 because it's containers, or it's Zelda 2 is just a health bar based on level.
Mm-hmm.
And that level, you have to specifically choose health for that.
Yeah. And of course, yeah, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom also don't. But that's obviously on their kind of their own timeline. Or their own schedule.
Yeah.
Timeline is a very loaded word in Zelda Land.
Yeah, I mean, the debates, enough said.
Lots of discourse. That was it was a fun time to be on the internet around like 2011, 2012 when the Zelda timeline discourse was at its finest. The
I
discourse
mean,
shall be extended. Oh yeah, every time they make a new game. Where's
yeah.
the you can
Speaking
already
of
find
new
a
games, I'm pretty excited for the newest one.
yeah, I don't remember what it was called, but it's the Zelda one.
Yeah, where
Echoes
you
of
play
something.
as Zelda.
Yeah, Zelda Echoes or something. But yeah,
Echoes of Wisdom.
Echoes of Wisdom. Yeah, yeah. I mean, people are probably already asking, where's that go in the timeline? Is it like between
Yep.
worlds, or is it? Because I mean, it has the same art style as the Link's Awakening remake. Oh, the Tears of the Kingdom discourse is a. No, that's the most recent one released, but the most recent one announced is Echoes of Wisdom. That's the I don't know. It's people are gonna there's that's for people who that's for people that do things other than I'm a simple man.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, it's very obvious that most of the Legend of Zelda stories are self-contained. Only a
Right.
couple of them are very clearly like made as sequels. Like
Yeah.
Majora's Mask is an obvious sequel to Ocarina of Time. Phantom Hourglass is a sequel to Wind Waker, and then Spirit Tracks is a sequel to Phantom Hourglass.
Yeah. I think the reason this whole discourse started was I know Wind Waker, there's some dialogue that like Ganondorf's dialogue explicitly references Ocarina of Time. And so basically for a while everyone thought, oh, there's two separate timelines. There's the Wind Waker one and the Majora's Mask one. And then basically what happened is they realized, oh wait a minute, we have nowhere to put all of the the games that came out before Ocarina of Time, and so then they retroactively made up a timeline for all that. But yeah, they were
Yeah.
never really intended to be. It was never really intended to be like a cohesive
And
timeline.
there's Zelda 1 and Zelda 2 that are very clearly also chain games.
Right.
Because it was originally supposed to be a trilogy, but A Link to the Past became a prequel of some sorts.
Yeah.
That being said, back on track,
Right.
Blaze is the first one to finish 2 dungeons.
Yeah, and as Chet's making a good point that the seed really has kind of, by virtue of the Deku meth being where it is, you could do like there are runners who have and the nature of how Day One Ranch interacting with aliens, interacting with Crimea, it's very possible to do Woodfall before uh, Snowhead, or do Snowhead before Woodfall, and not realistically be super behind in the proceedings. Blaze and Tony
Yeah.
are obviously going to be, or Blaze with Tony right behind him, are pretty quick to have both of their dungeons done, or both of the first two dungeons done, and that's going to. And Vijay, I imagine, will be joining them pretty quickly. That's going to force them into a kind of a dilemma, though, because it's either do you do the Qual 1 thing and immediately push Great Bay Temple for hoping for the vanilla type ice arrows, or do you kind of just play the casino elsewhere in Termina?
We have Deku Playground available now as well. And that
Yeah,
could potentially be something. There's Secret Shrine that you could push. There is actually the other two checks in Zoro's domain.
yeah. There are a few things you could do. So Tony has enough money, if I've been remembering correctly. He has enough money to complete Bank 3. I think
Wait, is
he's.
he's going back in time.
Oh. Oh, that might be a huge mistake by Tony. He may have completely forgotten about that Bank 3 check.
And we also have
Wow.
Shiro on the table as well.
Yeah.
So we do have a few things we could do.
There are certainly options. Hopefully Tony hasn't forgotten that he's not yet satisfied his stockpot in Wath.
Darmani was the worst book that was ever published. Or
Yeah.
second worst, depending on your personal opinion.
I don't know who gave those kids publishing rights, but it's bad that they did.
That is absolutely fair. Oh, Goron Rock. I don't think that's been touched yet either.
I think it's Blast Mask, right? Yeah.
Right, James got that. Never mind, I forgot about that. Shiro has not been checked though. So
Nope.
we will be finding out what Shiro has for us.
We haven't seen Shiro. We haven't seen Secret Shrine. Um, we haven't seen Great Bay Temple, and
I
we
feel like
haven't.
Secret Shrine might be a good play here.
I
It's
think that's
checked in.
probably, yeah, that's probably where you go. It's your most dense location. Um, this was a springtime lens, right?
Yeah. Alright, what do you have for us, sir? Nothing.
Well, not Shiro. Is sound check is a that's a sometimes hint, right?
Yeah, it's a sometimes hint in the
So
settings.
I
That is
guess
also possible.
it could
But
be an
Blaze would have
unhinted
to
sound check.
reset time for that because the Zora is not there.
Right.
We have not gotten a Picto box yet, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I mean, it could be Tingle Turnin, but if it is, we haven't
Then we'd
seen the
have to go
Picto
back
box.
in time.
Yeah.
Because if you do Woodfall, the contest is over.
Yeah, so I think Blaze is just going to push map progression here. He knows he's not going to find his ice arrows anywhere up here, but
Well, I mean, hitting the owl here is still
yeah,
objectively a good play. Yeah, we have
absolutely.
stage lights we can do. We do actually have Mountain Title Deed hand in because we know where the Mountain Title Deed is. It is on Ocean Spider House chest, and that is in logic with the captain's hat.
Yeah, that'd be kind
And
of
we are getting a
a gross
secret shrine
spot.
play. We are getting
Okay.
a secret shrine play from Blaze. So if it is anything, this will be huge because it will be a while for quite a few players to grab it. So I know
Yeah, meanwhile,
there are a few top players who absolutely despise this location.
yeah, it's one of those unfortunate cases where it's relatively dense as far as checks go, but they all take a bit. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Tony's finally going to get his own Akana access here, or at least in terms of the mask. He won't have any ice arrows to logically reach there, but so Vigin now joins Tony and Blaze in having cleared 2 dungeons and still no sign of those ice arrows.
Yep. Well,
Yeah, I
dinosaurs are nothing, so
my big fear for Tony is that he's forgotten about satisfying his stockpot in Moth and is not considering Bank 3 seriously. Because it's possible that if Tony finds his ice arrows and he's not considering that the bank isn't satisfied, he may very well have to he may very well be stuck looking for those light arrows. So hopefully he's at least got it in the back of his mind somewhere.
yeah. Yes, he did. He has checked All Knight's mask already, because that was in Snowhead Temple. Unfortunately, he has not done Bank 3 yet.
Yeah. Alright, we have a chest here.
Oh my goodness. Oh god.
Okay.
Wait, that's foolish. That's foolish because South Clock Town is foolish.
That's right, yes. So it's not going to be on that.
I almost forgot about that. And right, Blaze is gonna have to hold off on another cycle for the Gold Dust hand in.
Yep. Man, this really does feel familiar. It's from Qual 1. Yeah.
Except at least
Guess,
this time we actually have all the song items except for Mirror, which is just like
right,
which
this
is
time
just
it's
storms.
yeah, this time we didn't have to worry about that, but we did get a nice little treat with fire arrows on Cremia. You don't get to see that every day.
Yeah, that's the Moo Mask, alright. Wait,
All
what
right.
is that? That's a big chest on the Wizrobe? Oh, never mind. It's Mid Attack Mastery.
Huge, enormous find.
That's actually pretty nice for wards.
I mean, there are worse things you can find.
And we still don't have a finisher. Because it is possible to, like, sub to a lot of these seeds if you just get the right path.
Yeah, I would
With enough
think.
people, you could theoretically get, like, someone who basically god routes it.
Yeah, I would think that it would be anyone. I would think that in this particular seed, that the like the Omega high roll play would be considered pretty unsafe considering what we've already seen because we've Painapple is mad at the bank keeper for withholding those light arrows. But yeah, I would think that you would have to make some pretty aggressive um unsafe plays and get rewarded for it pretty heavily to sub to this seed.
Yeah, definitely. Very aggressive plays, but sometimes that's the way to go.
Yeah, like I definitely
I
think
don't
you
agree
could.
with it, but just because I
Yeah,
don't agree with it doesn't mean it's not effective. Oh
right.
my
And I mean I
god, Wart!
oh, wow. Shrine War. Let's see if it is. I can see a universe where There it is!
Oh no! Oh, that is so bad!
If you bet your ice arrows in Shrine Wart, congratulations, you win the bet.
Oh my god, that is incredible.
Blaze has officially achieved Go mode. So this is interesting because in a very similar position to this one, in Qual 1, the correct answer was to simply go into GBT and do the checks there and find the ice arrows there. And this one, it was the opposite. It was go to Shrine and see. It's the classic randomizer casino dilemma. Yeah, unfortunately there was no official bet, but we can all win our bets in our hearts.
Oh my god. How long is it until our other racers start doing that?
I don't know. It's gonna probably. I would have to imagine it's gonna depend on the racer and how adverse they are personally to doing
Because I know there's quite a few top runners who would absolutely despise that particular check too.
Yeah. And on that note, now that we have just reached Go mode or our first runner on Restream has just reached Go mode. Happy 2 hours,
oh, no,
everybody.
Pineapple, no. Oh, he can recover this. Good.
Yep. Once again, now that it's been another full hour, we're going to take a moment to thank everybody who made this Restream possible. Of course, our 4 runners on Restream are the Pineapple, Vidya James, Blaze 1438, and Tony Bigblind. Our trackers today are this is in Baseball as well as Ali. Baseball is also our restreamer for today, and in the commentary booth, it is my name is Nathan, and I'm joined with Alexander.
Yeah, it's been good to be here as well. Wart Shrine had our ice arrows. Kind of a cursed spot, but like Blaze is basically probably like unless someone else snipes him is likely gonna be in first.
Yeah, I mean I think hitting the ice arrows just shy of it. We were talking about how you would have to high roll the seed, right? Basically, Blaze, and we were saying that you could maybe complete the seed sub 20 or sub 2 if you had completely high rolled it. And Blaze was just shy of 2 hours at his go mode, so I think it's possible someone could snipe him, but definitely
I
on Restream.
sincerely doubt it because just because of the fact that Secret Shrine's a pretty awful place.
Yeah,
Most people don't like doing it.
And a lot of the challenge of the seed really is how well are you spending your time before
on aliens.
Right. And I think there is actually a world, funny enough. I think there's a universe where, like, if you were to completely high roll the seed, you could probably god route a ranch cycle, do aliens, all of that, and get it all perfect. And while you're killing time for aliens and stuff, you could probably actually do shrine and find ice arrows.
Yeah, but
so it would be
so painful.
Yeah, you would have to have some crazy high roll for that. And at the same time, you'd also have to be farming money for Bank 3. But that would be that would be just like a soul read of the seed.
That'd basically be like having access to spoiler log at that point.
Essentially, yeah. But, yeah, so it's, other than the... Yeah, it's essentially, this was a tough nut to crack. I think definitely the story of this one is going to be the aliens.
The aliens and then Secret Shrine.
Yeah,
like
Secret
the
Shrine
big,
holding the
highlights.
Holding the answer to the ice casino, yeah. And there are other places you could easily get tripped up on because of the nature of the Bank 3 light arrows and the Goron. Oh, this is true. Yes, you can't actually clear Shrine without Bank 3, I think.
Yeah, yeah, because you need light arrows specifically to get into Secret Shrine.
Right. But at the very least, you could clear your Bank 3 and then immediately... It would be possible, it would just be... It's exceedingly unlikely.
Nvidia is about to make his dip into Great Bay Temple.
Yep, this is
Unfortunately,
the...
it will not pay out for him.
No, yeah, this is the... If this were Qual 1, this was the answer, but this time, somewhere else. Yeah, and I mean, definitely there are some other little wrinkles into the equation where the two way of the heroes of which do you prefer for, or which do you pursue first, the Stockpot Inn or
The
the
graveyard
Graveyard one. Yeah, and a lot of that was ended up being pretty dependent on if the runners chose to go to Pirates Fortress Sewers and find that Garrow Mask or not. The ones that didn't ended up, we saw, preferring to chase down Ranch and chase down stuff like Bremen's and farm for Bank. Um, while those who went after the Graveyard one and found that Garrow Mask were rewarded with the Goron, which really cracked open a huge chunk of the seed.
But yeah, it just ultimately came down to just an Ice Arrow hunt at the very end.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was just flustered.
Yeah, he probably... I can understand where in his position he probably feels a little bit behind and is kind of desperate to make up a little bit of time for it, which is part of the reason you go to Great Bay Temple in the first place, is if you think it if you're if you're looking to high roll, you just go here and then you can go mode the second half of it and be fine. The illusionist choice. Yeah, no matter how convoluted the path we take to get here is, it always ends with an Ice Arrows Casino.
It looks like Blaze is just gonna snipe Twin Mold here.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. He's probably pretty comfy in that strategy.
Yeah, there is a quick kill for that as well with Twin Mold, where you can actually get blue killed in the first set of like in the first when he's going up and down and such with Fierce Deity. But it is actually quite precise. If you miss it, then yeah, you have to go at least one or two more times where they're digging through.
Right.
Oh, there's something down there. That's more bait for James. That's not good. Oh no. Actually, no, that's good. Because the check behind it is locked by Ice
By
Arrows.
Ice Arrow,
So
yeah. And he knows
so
that Egos is going to give Song of Storms anyways, so...
and he knows that Pamela's dead regardless. So
Right, I don't
it's actually
think
not
that's...
that bad. Oh yeah.
Tony is now also making a similar Great Bay dip play.
I thought I recognized Blaze, like, so I know him and Jess. Like Jess also used to do speedrun, like for he also did randomizers for a bit. But you know how fickle randos can be.
Right. And this is one such case with this absolutely vicious casino for the Ice Arrows.
Yeah. Like the Secret Shrine play just makes a lot of sense. It's not a one-off check. It's 5 and such. You just gotta go for it
Yeah,
sometimes. And it looks like
it's not pleasant, but it's...
very clean on Tony's side. Yeah. It is true. 5 one-off checks. With
Yeah.
like only two of them technically being alright to handle. Wizrobe sucks,
Yeah.
enough said.
Yeah, I can definitely see why a lot of runners don't prefer doing it. It
It
is
also is
also
possible to soft lock in the secret shrine on Wizrobe if you kill it when it's trying to do its animation. Oh no. Wart bait.
okay. Let's see what
Oh
Wart's
no.
got for us.
Oh
Oh.
good. I mean good for James because that means it's less bait.
Yeah. So even though he's been a little bit behind in the pacing here, Pineapple actually does have an opportunity to catch up here if he wants to go for the if he decides to make that shrine play. I do think shrine is certainly the highest density location he has left. But I know definitely when runners are feeling behind, that's when they tend to lean towards this. I'm going to try and high roll, and I'm going to go to Great Bay. So he could fall for the same trap as Vidya and Tony did, or he could
I
be
have a feeling
virtuous
he
and go
likely
shrine and
is.
be rewarded for it.
I think he's probably gonna high roll it realistically.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
so.
let's see. James, I think that's what he's doing now, is going into Shrine.
Yeah, and that's kind of the and that's sometimes the frustrating thing about randomizers is like, oh, it's a 50-50 do I go Shrine or do I go Great Bay? And in Qual 1, the answer was, the answer is, yeah, you go Great Bay, and then in this one, that ends up being a kind of punishing time loss.
Yeah, and it looks like Zora's is not doing, or Blaze choking a little bit. That's fine. This temple
Yeah,
is one of those temples that gets really swingy if you choke on if you make a mistake. And it's
right,
easy to make a mistake on this temple.
for sure.
A fun one once you've learned the tricks. It's probably one of the most fun ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Vidya in theory is not in a terrible spot to once he gets those ice arrows, he's not in a terrible spot to just kind of activate go mode and speed through the rest of the game. All right, let's see what I'm interested to see what Pineapple does here because this will be telling. It's a Great Bay warp that's rather unfortunate for him. Oh,
It looks like he's probably going to be digging in Secret Shrine too.
yeah. And truthfully, Shrine is the virtuous play.
But it's just crazy where the ice arrows ended up being in the end.
Yeah, that was certainly one of the spots it could have been. If I had a nickel for every Season 5 qualifier that ended up with a desperate hoping for ice arrows to be in Woodfall Temple, only for them to be somewhere inconvenient, I'd have 2 nickels.
Oh my god. Oh, that just happened.
Well, there we go.
We are seeing a sound check on Tony's side.
Yeah, Tony is really trying to avoid doing this shrine.
I don't blame him. It sucks. Especially Wart.
Yeah.
Like, when they decided to design the Wart, it was just, why?
Well, that's right. He doesn't have
That
his
he
light
can't do
arrows yet.
Shrine. He
He
has...
hasn't. Yeah, that's a good point. He hasn't. I hope he realizes the his wallet situation then, because otherwise he's going to be kind of gate kept from finishing the seed. Yeah. So yeah, really, no matter how well you route the the Cremia thing, and how early you find your Deku, how early you get any of that stuff, the Ice Arrows Casino is the great equalizer here.
Yep. Blaze making very short work of the dungeon. Just a bit of a choke at the first green turnkey, but you know that sometimes happens.
Yeah, this is his last dungeon, I believe, as well. So
It is, and he's already set the clock pretty much so that when he goes into Clock Town, he's good to go.
yeah, just a quick fishing expedition, and it might also be might be worth thinking about soon if we want to check and see if he's interested in doing an interview.
Yeah. With that, let's see how quickly we can take care of the fish, because we still haven't seen Gip though, by the way.
I don't know what Discord keeps doing to me.
Yeah, for a while I had issues where it would like disconnect me, and then it just kind of got fixed. Video James also, actually, I don't think he's gotten the song. He's not gotten New Wave yet, at least on his personal tracker.
Huh.
Perhaps he might have not just marked it. You know, sometimes that just happens. You don't
Yeah,
mark.
I think he has it. What would be
Yeah.
very unfortunate is if he doesn't and decides to go do egos.
Nah, this is definitely just rushing here.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna blitz down Stone Tower and
Yeah. Yes, I was. Right, I forgot. Foolish me. Oh,
oh
we just got our first finisher, Exodus.
wow.
2:16:05, and Blaze is like not that far behind.
No, GG's Exodus. Also, yes, we were talking about New Wave after he went GBT. Stop. It's late. Stop. I'm sorry. Yeah. But yes, GG's to Exodus. Um.
Man, he is taking a lot of these quals.
I know.
If
Yeah,
he
Exodus is.
if he keeps it up, I think he might be top seeded this season.
It's very possible. Yeah, because I mean, he's already gotten what 2 or 3 races done.
3, I believe.
Yeah, he's in all of them. That's go mode for Mr. Painapple as well. Um, I I have to wonder if So okay, refresh my memory. The rule is you do 7 races and then it's your top 4 that are capped, right?
So for the ones that don't count, it's the best one and then the 2 worst for how qualifiers work. Because you could have a freak seed where you just do insanely well, but you could also have seeds where you just get screwed over hard.
Okay.
Because
So
it's the case in Ocarina of Time, and yeah, it's the second and to 5th placing ones that matter the most. If
got
you
it.
do
So
7
it's
quals, and for it is also like the first 7 quals you do too. So if you do more than 7, they won't count towards anything, but it
got
can
it.
skew qualifier points if you are going to do more.
So it's your so it's your 2nd through 5th best that you put up that count as the as your points for quals.
Yep.
Got it. Alright, that's Zoomer Majora.
Yeah, it's like barring any sniping, I think Blaze takes second place then.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a very quick finish from both Exodus and Blaze, all things considered.
Yeah, the jump slash canceling for that is like slightly annoying. But yeah, that's our second finisher.
That'll do it. GG's. Yeah, let's see. Do they want to do an interview or not? You know,
Yeah, I'm surprised Tony has not really chased the wallet at this point.
yeah, that's a good point. That if Blaze had done, if Blaze had high rolled and gotten ice arrows first in Secret Shrine, or at least second or even third, it might have been possible for Blaze to have overtaken Exodus there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Well,
I
just
suspected. Yeah, nobody does war first. That's the. Meanwhile, Pineapple and Vidya are going to kind of finish their last ditch sprint to
and
finish this
Vidya's
go home.
already done like a good chunk of Great Bay Temple.
Yeah.
So he just has to like get the green turnkey, I believe.
Yep. And Blaze will not be joining us for an interview today, but GG's regardless.
Yeah, it's absolutely fair. It is pretty late at night.
Yeah, definitely. It was
Like as someone who's an early riser, I'm usually like close to, or if not already in bed by this point.
I get you. Yeah.
But it looks like a second person on Restream is going to be Vidya. Because he has done Gomez. And there's other section in third place with a 221.44. I assume that he has done Frogs. And Breagle Bash just finishing 11 seconds after.
Yeah.
So close for Pineapple. He has like one heart left. But knowing the other section, he has most definitely done Frogs. Like all 5 of them. And probably took the princess to the moon as well.
Yeah. Moon Princess stuff.
That too. Possible. Oh god. He doesn't even have. Oh my goodness. He needs to get another 300.
Yeah, it's looking bleak for Tony. Absolutely GG's to the other section and to
I'm so glad I am not running this race. Because I hate aliens.
right.
I think Tony is actually getting the gold rupee here, which is a smart play. Because I think now he's realizing about the Bank 3 predicament.
Yeah.
You can't just simply skip it anymore. And Tony unfortunately does not have a face cam.
I have to imagine once he gets those light arrows, though, he's gonna go shrine pretty quickly after that.
Yeah, I mean, he's already done Great Bay. Vidya just finished Twin Mold, and Painapple is still doing Twin Mold. Yeah, there's also the vanilla East Clocktown chest that has 100 rupees. And just like that, there's the light arrows. Now
Yep.
where do you go from here? And Alf finishing in 5th place with a 225.09.
GG's.
It looks like Tony is going for Secret Shrine at this point. I mean, it makes sense. It's the most check-dense location he has left. But yeah, Water Wheel has been a bit finicky for me lately. So yeah, Water Wheel not playing super nice for James. You know how it is sometimes. Nice. As Painapple is preparing his supplies to get into Great Bay Temple, understandably.
Yep. This close to the end, you don't want to be making any
You
major
especially do
hiccups.
not want to die. Great Bay Temple is pretty terrible to go back from the start.
For sure. Well,
That no wait.
GG's to Cini with a 6th place finish at 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 56 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, Georg, like, if you don't know the setup for, like, insta-killing him, is kind of annoying. I have got to learn the Zora version of that setup, so that I can just do that instead.
Right. We actually have a pretty decent crowd today. I think this was a 25 entrant race.
Yeah. Right, he had it all set up earlier. Unfortunate. So unfortunate, I saw that too.
Yeah.
You hate to see it.
Indeed.
But man, I gotta learn that variant of that trick.
Alright. This will give Tony his go mode at long last.
Yep. Still also have 2 dungeons to do.
Yep. And they're not 2 of the shorter ones.
Well, Vidya has like a pretty significant lead when it comes to progression in Great Bay because he already had dipped it.
Yeah, I'm inclined to say that Vidya is favored to finish second on Restream.
And it's possible he could still make top 10. We still have 4 slots left for that.
Indeed. Would not be
Wait,
a...
when would he get Great Fairy Sword?
I don't know, actually. I'm so focused on the,
Did he get that, like, from the mountain title deed hand? Oh,
Oh,
the
Picto
Picto.
Tingle. That's
Where
awesome.
did the Picto box come from?
That was, was that sound check?
Oh god, if that's sound check, that's a terrible chain.
It was one of the checks that I know, oh, Smithy 2,
Oh,
right.
Smithy too.
I
Oh, that
know,
is incredibly cursed.
yeah, I know it was one of the checks that only Tony did and nobody else bothered with.
Oh, sound check. Yeah.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Oh my god, that was the Gilded on Eorg.
Yeah. Yeah, now Vigi is just a hop, skip, and jump away from finishing this out.
Pineapple getting the 1-framer gainer. There's
Yeah.
2 types of gainers, the 1-framer and the 2-framer. The 2-framer is against walls. The 1-framer can be done just about anywhere. Oh, we got our 7th place finish. Check raise with a time of 2:31.26.
Well done. Finishing a seed that requires requires Crimea into a casino to which the answer is Shrine Ward is respectable no matter what.
Yeah, gainers are very precise, like pretty precise. Because again, you have the 1-frame window for the regular gainer. The 2-framers isn't actually that bad. But Video James will be finishing soon, within the next 2 to 3 minutes, depending on how Medora wants to behave. I can see a lot of like less experienced runners getting really screwed over by Secret Cave here.
Yeah, there's definitely definitely a bit of a knowledge check or a bit of a not so much knowledge, just so much willingness to do it.
It's not just that, but Secret Shrine and then Aliens routing too. Because the less
Yeah.
experienced runner is typically not going to be thinking about like what they can do with time wasters and such.
Yeah, that's true. Which is why I say that that was really the, even though the Ice Heroes Casino obviously kind of consumed our attention towards the end of the seed, the real story of the seed and the real thing that kind of made it what it was that fire arrows on Crimea and being able to successfully route the ranch song, the ranch song into the
into
what's
aliens.
yeah, to the aliens into the Crimea.
It's
Also
like
worth noting
finding
the
a good time waster for aliens, or it's just ultimately the big one, as well as money routing too. That's a big thing this seed because of Bank 3.
oh yeah, because of Bank 3, and then also the keg was required multiple times. You needed to get to that day 1 ranch, and you needed it to
To
do the
speed
keg
up
trial and get that
keg
Deku
trial.
mask.
Because logically, you don't need the keg for keg trial because you're given a free keg during that.
Right.
But yeah, it helps so
Makes it go a
much
lot
more.
faster. Also,
And we got
congratulations to
two
Vidya.
finishers. Vidya with a time of 2:34 exactly, and then Pojo exactly 19 seconds behind.
Very close. Wow.
Yeah, so we're just 10th place away from top 10.
Yeah, wow. That's quite something.
And Painapple is on Georg. Oh, well, there's 10th place.
There's number 10.
Nasho 3D. Like, just 58 seconds after James finished.
Yeah, 3 finishers within that 1 minute. Holy moly. Still, 11 and 12 are still open for top half of the lobby.
Do we know if Vidya's going to be joining in for an interview, or?
We have reached out to him. As far as I can tell, he has not yet responded.
But yeah, sniping's a good job, mate. Hard to let go of the roots sometimes.
Nah, you can never forget the classics.
True. I mean, technically this game is older, but still.
Right.
And we are getting a big raid from Vidya.
Yep.
Hello and GG's.
Hey, hey.
Yeah, that was very irritating.
You can imagine, yeah.
The
Aliens worked, and the Bank 3, yeah, 100%.
Not even that. Like, the start of the seed was just like so dry. So like, basically everything I was doing was like the wrong thing to do. It just felt like everything the seed was trying to throw at me. The only thing that like really worked in my favor was getting the hook shot early. Like, that's something I feel like people can put off. But then it's like, okay, there's just nothing. And then it's like, okay, dude, when I go west, it's like, do I go Pinnacle Rock? Do I go Pirate's Fortress? Do I go, what's the other one? Cape? And I decided on Cape and then Pinnacle Rock. And it's like, okay, well, Pirate's Fortress was actually the answer, so you lose that one. And then, you know,
go into, like, graveyard with just bombs, and it's like, nope, you needed the captain's hat.
Luckily, I didn't do that. I was smart enough to avoid that trap, but that was, like, on my mind the entire time.
Because one of our runners did actually fall for that trap, unfortunately.
Yeah, that'll happen. And then it's like, okay, so I got Goron, and then, oh, look, I went back to sewers to kill time for aliens, because I was worried about gold dust. So it's like, I want fire arrows this cycle, and then I got magic, I got Goron. I'm like, okay, cool, this is kind of a bad spot for a lot of people to go back to. And then after that, it's like, okay, the Deku Mask was kind of a lucky pull for me, because I checked Keg Trial, but you get railroaded into that anyway, because Lullaby didn't block it at all. Like, if it were Lullaby on the boss song, then Deku Mask would be, like, really, really bad. A lot of people would miss that. So, yeah, like, my point is, like,
you're the first one to get Deku on stream.
Yeah, and I was the 8th person to finish, so it means a lot of people got that anyway. So
yeah.
The way it worked is, like, I was like, okay, please let Lullaby be on the boss song, so that, like, people aren't going to be able to clear Snowhead, which means they're not going to go back north, they're not going to get Deku Mask. But of course, you get Deku Mask anyway, because once you get Lullaby off of the Keg song, it's just like, all right, well, everybody gets Deku, cool. And then 50-50, do you go Shrine, do you go GBT?
Right.
I chose GBT, I chose wrong. 2 seeds in a row, I lost that coin flip, so I was annoyed about that too.
Yeah, it was the same coin flip as previous qualifiers, and
Yep.
Yeah, because like Blaze was like the first one to. He's like, nah, I'm gonna do Secret Shrine first, and then gets the ice arrows, and it's like, oh my god, the shock of the century. Because I know that there are people going to be skipping that for a while.
Mm-hmm. Just
Yeah, it
felt
also-
like. Good.
yeah, it was interesting to me. One of the things that was interesting, I don't know how much of a difference it ended up making, but there were essentially two co-equal like way of the heroes. Like there was the light arrow path from the stockpot end, which you ended up kind of pursuing first, and then people who went to Pirate's Fortress earlier went to. They ended up taking they went to the graveyard first because they had that Econo access. So it's kind of interesting that you were kind of on the first end of the people to get light arrows, but towards the back end of it on the Goron.
Yeah.
And hello and GG's.
GG's, welcome.
Hello, GG's everyone.
I was just gonna say this is what the score's just updated. I got a 906. All right, that's definitely for me. That is, I knew this like before the race is even done. I'm like, yeah, this is definitely a qual that I hope is a 5th, 6th, or 7th for me. Like I would love to have that score discarded because I know my potential's a lot better than that. But there's this interesting trend that I've noticed where season 1 and 3. I didn't have a great time in calls. I was 24th and 21st seed, and then season 2 and 4, I was 6th seed and 9th seed. So I'm only allowed to do well in even-numbered seasons, I guess. So I'm doomed to fail. But it's okay.
I mean, you gotta break the cycle. You gotta break it.
Yeah, the season's still young. We got time.
Show fate who's boss.
Yeah. We'll see.
So how about Panel? Do you have any comments or thoughts on the seed?
I just felt like I did everything in the wrong order. That was kind of the main thing.
Yeah.
It took me forever to go Pirate's Fortress. I had just gone Graveyard. Didn't get anything for it. And I chased the Bremen thinking it was the Wath. Didn't get anything for that either.
I'm pretty sure everyone did that, so it wasn't like a major time loss.
That's something then. That helps a little bit. But it just sucks like chasing the 2 Waths because you don't really have access to much else. And then immediately finding the thing that progresses you in the seed right after that.
Exactly, yeah. You at the very least, you did at the end win your Ice Arrows Casino pretty quickly. Your coin flip on the Great Bay versus Shrine Push.
Well, because I had already cleared out so much of everything else in the game that I was like, what's the most check-dense, least awful thing I can do? And I was thinking I could go back for that gold dust, and that sounds like a nightmare. What else did I have? Or go into Iceless GBT, and I was like, well, Shrine sounds like the best option about any of this.
Yeah, that ended up working out at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Overall, I thought this was a lot of fun. The fire arrows on it was. I love seeing the reactions to because every single person did this. As soon as the fire arrows on Romani came up, everybody double took that. Every single person had to do the wait why.
Yep.
Yeah, I do like seeing that though. I especially hate a fire arrow casino because it barely locks anything. Right. So getting more of those are is pretty helpful.
It locks just enough to be annoying, but like not enough where you get pigeonholed into it.
Right. It's very obnoxious.
Indeed.
But it's nearly midnight here, and I have to go to work tomorrow. So
yeah, I need
to just hop in, express my frustration, and also just thank everybody for putting everything together. All the volunteers, commentators, trackers, Restream especially.
Yeah, well, here's to this being a discarded qual, right?
Yeah, exactly. Fingers crossed.
All right.
That's a good question from Zoe.
Take care.
Vidya, what do you think about. Would you agree that skipping Gorman race to peak peak that check during Crimea escort is a good idea?
I forgot that that was a thing until the seed, but
That is absolutely fair.
I don't think you should be putting off Spear Zero Gorman race just so you
Yeah.
can get a peak. I mean, it's a gamble. It's not one that I would like to do. So
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. It's a funny play that could pay out, but like, yeah, realistically,
And Zoe works so hard on giving them their
mhm.
faith. But yeah, right. Well, once again, congratulations on finishing the race. Thank you very much for providing us with the restream.
I'm just gonna say I did a ranking before the like a ranking of players before the call started, and both Exodus and Blaze, I said like I feel like I shouldn't be ranking them this low. I think I put Exodus like 8th below me, and I put Blaze as 11th, and now they're Exodus has won 2 quals already, and Blaze got
Yeah.
second place. So I feel like that's I feel a little vindicated for feeling bad there.
Yeah, they've absolutely been putting up numbers.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and
one more.
Exodus in the one time he doesn't win still places fairly high.
Yeah, that's you can't sleep on
I
him.
even mentioned that if he finishes all of his seeds with similar placings, he's probably going to be #1 seed this season.
I still think that Spec and Matt are the top 2 in some order, like pretty indisputably. So
Yeah,
I
it
don't know.
depends just on like how quals treat them.
Yeah.
You never know with Rando because it could be a vicious beast.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? The other funny thing about the Gorman Peak is that if it's not the Garo mask, then it's like extremely obvious that it's like they're not even hidden. You can tell it's the Gorman twins, which is very funny to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you later.
All right,
Take
have
care.
yourself a good one.
Yep, and as we finish up these
Tony's
interviews.
pretty close to finishing, so if he
Yeah.
wants to join in for an interview, I don't mind waiting for him.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I'm
Retro
already
and
up pretty late anyway, and I have to finish dinner, so
yeah, we have two additional finishers, Retronica and Zavi, finishing in 13th and 14th with times of 2:45.17 and 2:46.18 respectively. So, GG's.
yeah, and he pulled up, I think, one a really good qual already, so this one isn't a bad placement for him.
No, yeah, I think
I feel like he's probably gonna make bracket this year.
yeah, you have to imagine that one bad qual does not a season make.
Yeah. But then again, there's a lot more ways Rando can screw you over.
Yeah. Oh, I have no idea how you pronounce it. I just went off of first thing I thought. Yeah, Tony had a very I know Tony had a very impressive performance in brackets last year. Frequently, I think in a lot of those races considered the underdog, but he showed up and he put a very good performance. So I would think this is not the last we'll see of Tony.
Yeah. No way. No way. Oof. Georg nibbling on Tony here, unfortunately. Because you know how bad the beam can be sometimes for this fight.
Right, and a lot of it depends on if he just wants to hug the wall like that. Sometimes the beam isn't gonna...
It sometimes goes through it, but like other times it just does weird things.
Yep. So now all that's left is one Fierce Deity Majora fight, and all of our racers on Restream will have finished. I believe most of the lobby is doing well. We have had 4 people forfeit this race.
I can see that. I mean, aliens, enough said.
Yeah, aliens into a grueling ice casino.
And then getting punched with the captain's shenaniganry as well.
Yep. Lots of... Yeah, the way of the heroes were, or at least two of them were kind of interesting.
Yep. Thankfully, Tony is just about finished. Just has to go to the clock tower and then beat Majora.
Yeah. I forget who it was, but I know it was in a weekly a bit ago, but they were fighting Majora's Incantation. They called it Zoomer Majora, and that was the funniest thing to me. Tony actually never got the Kamara mask. Wow.
No, so when you do a new cycle, the items were the freestandings return back to the item.
Oh, okay.
So like if you get a wallet, for example, it'll be like the same level of wallet that you have now.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought that was only for items that are repeatable. Everything else I thought just kind of got replaced with rupees, but that's interesting. Hey, GG's to Bucky34.
That was I know it was a change. I want to say sometime like in 1.15. I may be wrong, but yeah, I noticed that it was definitely the case at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's the most annoying part of the fight.
Yep.
All the cutscenes and the things that love to eat your targets. It also means we don't have very many racers left. I mean, there's out of 25, there's what, 6 including Tony right now?
I think so, yes.
And this is really just the part where it's like, oh, everyone who went to Shrine relatively early has already just finished.
Yeah.
All the one-off checks that are going to really be like the bad thing here.
Yeah, I mean, I think for a while Tony was actually in a pretty good position. I think.
Yeah, he was basically on neck and neck with Blaze. The only thing different was like the lack of Garo, the lack of light arrows, and then it became the lack of light arrows.
Yeah.
And then ice arrows.
Yeah. Well, Tony has now finished up. GG's.
Yep.
And he will be joining us.
Hello.
Hey, hey.
How's it going?
I'm doing swimmingly this evening. I got to see a Cremia seed with fire arrows on it.
That's true. That's true. That was pretty cool.
It was all fun and games until Wart in Secret Shrine had the ice arrows.
That's not that didn't suck at all. It was Bank that sucked.
Yeah.
I hate
There was
I just like
what was Woth.
Oh,
yeah,
that was Stockpot. Okay, I couldn't remember what was Woth. I couldn't remember what I got from Stockpot. So there you go.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I know.
Well,
Stockpot
that answers
was
the question about why you were delaying Bank 3 for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you were always like 1 or 2 deposits off, and you had money in for a while, and we kept expecting he's going to do it now, and then now it's something else.
No, song of time with like $300 in the wallet.
So yeah, the bank was. There were definitely a few hiccups in this one. Definitely some things that could be quite rude.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, would have gone better if I realized that wallet was there. I kind of thought it was, but even then, Bank 3 didn't pop into my head. So, yeah. One of the 3 that'll get trash, you know?
Exactly, yeah. Still got to have a fun little romp with the aliens.
Got to see the Majora's Mask best boy.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Or
I know it
second
was
best.
short-lived, but I am really tired. So.
Yeah,
No,
understandable.
it's understandable. I'm getting pretty sleepy myself. And I still
I think
have
all
dinner
of us
to
are.
finish.
Oh yeah,
Have
I
a
think
good
all of us
night.
wanna. Good night. Yeah. So I think that's probably about I think that probably about does it for us.
Yeah.
Hi. That sounds like my cue to wrap up
Yes,
the
it
stream.
does.
I
All
was kind of
right.
hoping it would be.
Yeah. Thanks to our runners who are on Restream today. Painapple, Vidya, Blaze, and Tony Big Blind. GG's to all of them. And GG's to Fabio, who just finished. Woo. And of course, our commentators today, Nathan and Alexander Harold, and Alley Oops for tracking with me today. The next qualifier looks like it's on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, so a bit of a break, but we'll probably get a restream for that. Yeah, that's gonna do it.
Yeah.
We'll see you on Friday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.